on Market Table. I'm visiting Medina's historic public square. Join me as I browse the farmers market, meet the local farmers and vendors, and create a simple, family-friendly meal using fresh, organic produce. This morning, I'm cooking up an amazingly sweet strawberry glaze. Paired with a cream cheese-covered fresh bagel, you'll be craving this breakfast dish all summer long. To market we go. My name is Kristin Gambaccini, and this is Market Table. I'm here with Steven from Bagel Monster, which is, I think that's such a cool name, I have to say. It's a pretty neat name. So you make these bagels, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how you came to do this. How in the world did you decide one day, I'm gonna make some homemade bagels?
So last year in March, when the pandemic took over and we all were shut down and I didn't have anything to do for a couple months during the shutdown, the restaurant business, I kind of needed something to do and fill my time at home, and I decided to just kind of make some bagels and see how it would start. And I had, a couple of guinea pigs and some test subjects of like, taste these, tell me what you think. And it just kind of snowballed into making bagels out of the house and would sell to people that were interested in buying. Made to order from scratch and delivered at the time. And that was another thing. People weren't leaving the house. So yes. I had to be very creative. So in May of last year, I ended up putting it on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and that was my outlet just to, when I wanted to make bagels, I would post about them and yes. people would email me and I would make bagels. So here we are now in 2021 it's not just a hobby, it's like pushing this forward to go full time with it. So,
yes, that's literally 1 year later and look where you're at. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So you do this from home?
I used to.
You used to do this from home.
Yes.
So where do you make the bagels now?
Currently share space with 17 Public Square right across the street right now. I am a server there full time, so during the day I run as a server, and then when orders come in or for the market, I then show up here. We worked out a really nice deal where I make a dessert for the menu on my own time, and we bartered out so I get space to use. And I'm in at 4 a.m., so they never really know I'm there.
That's perfect. I mean, that's great,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your flavors. What makes you unique versus going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a bagel?
Well, the first thing is that I make them by hand myself. That's the first thing. Second is there are no preservatives in any of the bagels. It is the most scratch bagel you can get. Shelf life, you really notice that as well. Like, they only last a couple days because there is nothing to hold it. After that, I have a variety of almost 13 flavors I make. So there is a very wide variety of plain to cheese to featured today a sun-dried tomato bagel with Asiago cheese for Pizza Palooza. Like, there is no limit to what I want or can do. Like, cinnamon crunch is a bagel flavor because Panera makes it.
Got it.
And I can make it better than Panera can. So
got it.
Here we are.
Yes. So do your flavors change, or do you notify the public when you have a new flavor?
My bagelmonster.co is a website. It is live, thanks to Kelly Barone. She did an amazing job with it. So all of the flavors are on there. You can order online. I can email and coordinate pickup day and time if it's not at the market. But they're all on there, so if there's one like a whole wheat bagel you really, really want, but it doesn't sell a ton, so it's probably never going to come to the market specifically, I can make it ahead of time and bring it, and that way people can really get what they want at the time. So the flavors, like right now it's 12, it's probably going to become 13 that I make, and they just kind of rotate what's popular. Like the everything bagel is my personal favorite.
Okay.
So this bagel's never not going to be here because it sells well, but it's like I will sell that to anybody who wants a bagel.
Yes.
Plain bagels are great because they are just very plain. The flavor stands for itself, the color, the chew, everything. Like there's no comparison to a plain bagel. And then after that, you have your sweet, your savory flavors, and people just kind of like what they want, you know?
Yeah.
So like I can't not bring blueberry bagels because they're very popular.
Right.
Is it my favorite? No. But I know it's great. It tastes good. Just,
yes.
I have to meet the demands of the public at
Absolutely.
that point.
And you heard it straight from him. If there is a specific flavor that you're looking for, send him an email, see what he can do. He sounds like he's pretty confident in his ability to make your personal bagel, right?
Yes.
I love that. So what I'm going to be making is a kind of like a bagel topping. I'm going to be using some fresh strawberries and making a very chunky strawberry drizzle to go on top of bagels.
Yes.
So I want my bagel to be plain because I don't want to pull too much flavor out of that. I'm doing enough with the topping, but I want a homemade bagel.
Yes.
I want a plain homemade bagel.
And they literally, so the bagels started baking this morning at like 5:15 in the morning, and the last one came out at 6:30.
So these are so fresh.
They're the freshest you're going to get in the area. Like
amazing.
They're a lot of heart and soul goes into this every week, and I hope it's shown. People buy them, and I appreciate it so much.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
So we picked up these fabulous plain bagels from Monster Bagels, and I'm going to be making a kind of like a chunky strawberry drizzle to go on top. Yes, you can just put cream cheese on them. Of course, you can put butter and all of the normal things. But this is a really fun topping that would be great for like a Saturday or Sunday morning when you want something a little bit extra, you have a little bit of time for your breakfast. So we're going to start by chopping up our strawberries. And you can actually get fresh strawberries right here at the market. And there's nothing like fresh strawberries. I mean, if you can go and you have time to pick them, that's obviously fantastic. But if you're too busy for that, come straight to the market. They've got some fresh berries here for you. So we're going to chop these up because, again, we're going to be kind of putting this on top of the bagel. So we don't want the strawberries to be too big. We want them to be bite-sized. So once you have your strawberries all cut up, you'll need about 3 cups of strawberries. And again, like with all my recipes, it can totally be halved or you can make more, whatever works for you. So this is definitely something that you could make a single serving of. So I've got my strawberries here pretty much all chopped up. And I'm pretty sure that looks to be just about 3 cups. So we're gonna take some brown sugar, and you can use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar, whatever preference you have or whatever you have already in your pantry. And we need about 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. So you're gonna add your brown sugar into your pan, and then we're gonna add some lemon juice. And this really gives it a tart, but not too tart flavor to pull out those strawberry flavor. So I think I probably have about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice here. And then we're gonna add our strawberries, and you wanna make sure that you've got let me turn this on, probably low, because we don't wanna burn it. We just wanna cook down the sugar with the lemon juice. So I'm going to keep on mixing it as it's cooking. Turn it up just a bit. And again, if you were making a single serving, you could use half the amount of brown sugar, half the amount of lemon juice. It really is totally how much you want to use on top of your strawberry bagels. But I have a feeling that this will be a hit and that everyone's going to want a little bit of it. So if you have a big family like mine, I would probably have to double this in order to make enough to feed my crew. So I'm going to add my strawberries because my brown sugar and lemon juice are mixed up really good, and the strawberries and the juice from the strawberries is really going to help cut it down and make it into almost a liquid that we can drizzle on top. And I use the word liquid very loosely because this is going to be a little bit thicker, more like a glaze. And I'm just going to continue mixing it while it's on low heat. And what's great about this is you can put on top of cream cheese. You can put this on top of some butter on your bagel, or you can just have it plain. It really just adds a little bit extra to your bagel, but it's very summery. And that's what I like about this, is just that summer flavor you're putting on top of your bagels. And Let's see, I think I've got it cooked down pretty good. It smells delicious. You don't want to overcook your strawberries because you definitely want it to have that fresh, crunchy strawberry taste still. You don't want them to be too soft. And I'm going to actually add a little bit of grated lemon peel to this just because it's really going to add a little bit more flavor to it that I like. I love mixing up the fruits. I love having that kick in my dish. So I've got my lemon here. I've already washed it. It's nice and clean. And all I'm going to do is actually just grate some of this fresh lemon peel right on top. And again, if this is something that maybe your family would rather not have the lemon peel, this is something that you can totally skip. It's an optional step. But already I smell that lemon and it just adds to the dish and makes it that much more fun. So I think we've got it good here. It's pretty cooked down. I'm tempted to just take a spoon and take a bite. It smells that good, believe me. So once you have it down, you obviously would rather serve it warm, but you can definitely serve it cold. This is something that you can make in advance. This strawberry glaze, it can be frozen. If you wanted to make in advance, freeze it in maybe little sections and bring it out whenever you want to use it. You can put it on your bagels warm. You can put it on your bagels cold. There really is no right or wrong way to eat it. So I'm going to show you guys what I've got. Some cream cheese here. So I'm actually going to spread some cream cheese on these homemade fresh bagels, which I don't know if you've ever had a fresh homemade bagel before, but it puts the ones you buy at the grocery store in the package to shame. These are just so amazing. So I've got a little bit of some cream cheese here, and then I'm going to add some of the strawberry topping. This would also be great if you're hosting a brunch or a breakfast. This would be such a great thing to add, and you could leave it so people could make their own bagel. It doesn't have to be something that you make in advance, almost like a bagel bar. But what you're left with is this drizzly, amazing bagel. It's dripping down my fingers right now. I'm gonna take a bite because I cannot wait. I hope that you enjoy this recipe. I can't wait for you to try it, and I'll see you at the market. Head to KristinGambacciniBlog.com for this recipe and others seen on Market Table.